So we got our new Toyo Proxys R. I'm going to show you guys how to install this with Eric. He's a mobile tire service. Got this van with the installer, the alignment machine, bruh, it's a balancer. First step right here is he adds the plastic, I guess, protector so you don't scratch up the wheel. This is very OCD since this is just like a canyon wheel, track wheel, but
not only that, but the machine already has plastic on it. So
yes, people are actually wondering if this thing's got plastic protectors because, yeah, those are actually plastic, the yellow things. So super OCD. If you have really expensive wheels, I'm not saying that the T37s are expensive, but I mean, $2,300 is still expensive. But you deal with like McLarens, Ferraris, and
magnesium, custom Le Mans cars,
carbon wheels, and you know, wheels that cost more than my whole build. So you got to be super extra with this. And then what's that? Just tire lube?
No, the tire lube. Because what happens is the tire gets stuck.
Yeah.
Because the circumference is really tight.
Yeah. So he's lubing up the whole barrel right here because TEs, at least the 15s, have this tendency to kind of rub up on here, and it's a pain in the butt to bead or install in general.
The tire gets jammed, and as you press it down, it causes a lot of force and could cause a possible tear. So
yeah,
lube is your best friend when you're trying to put in a tire.
There you go. And this is the Toyo Proxys R. This is a brand new track-oriented tire. You probably shouldn't use this on the street, but it is DOT rated, so I'm not going to say anything, but you should probably just use this for the track or autocross on parking lots and stuff. So yeah, you also add some of that lube on the rubber itself. Now, you guys might be curious why this is taking so long. I used to work at Costco Tire Center during like after high school, and I could bust out a set of tires in 5 minutes, but do you really want to scratch up an expensive wheel? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you get that a lot why you take so long.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one, the customers that get this service really appreciate that I take care of it.
Yes, exactly. I'm not contacting this guy to come to my house because I want this done in 5 minutes. I want it done properly where he doesn't mess up my wheels because I've had $8,000-$10,000 wheels scratched before, and it's not fun to have those things repaired. If you can even repair them. Like a 3-piece, you have to break them apart, repolish, yeah, do all that stuff.
Well, it's not only that when you think about it. It's people pay for it. You know, your hard-earned money, and you buy something new, and then you're getting something reconditioned.
Yeah.
Kind of defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, I mean, how do you recondition like a carbon wheel from a Senna or something?
Yep.
Good luck.
It's all brand new.
What is that clamp right there?
This is just a B clamp. It helps settle the with the roller. It'll settle.
You don't have a tire iron then?
No, no tire iron. Plus, it's made of plastic. And just a precaution, you always put a little bit of microfiber as another buffer.
Yeah.
It's all about the buffers.
This is the OCD. This is the OMG of tire installs right here. If you guys want this service, by the way, I'll tag him below. He's it's not cheap, but it's fair. And look at that, all protected. Mind you, this is already chipped to hell, but he still protects it because, you know, he knows who I am.
Yeah, he asked me, why are you protecting it still?
Earlier, to be honest, I'm not even kidding you.
Part of the process, regardless.
Yeah. So, you know, you don't leave the plastic in there.
No.
He takes it off.
I had that question as well.
Oh, I know. I saw that question. I was like, no, we take it off. Okay, so now that we have the tire on, he's just gonna make sure everything's lined up, especially the valve stem and this dot right here, and that's just a common practice that we do in the tire industry. Does it make a difference?
It actually does.
And what does it do?
It helps alleviate the indifference. When the tire is molded, it's gonna have imperfections as far as the molding goes.
Yup.
And they kind of put this as a way to tell you where the weight specifically at, so balance gets closer to zero.
Yo.
Having a bunch of weights on your.
This is probably gonna balance pretty damn good, like minimal weights. So we'll pop it off. Typically, I set this to like 30 PSI cold. So when I go to the track, it'll probably grow like 5 PSI, and I'll just drop it down to 30 again. But you can set it to whatever you want. It's the rule for the Proxys R is 100 pounds or 100. Each 100 pound is 1 PSI. Jeebus Christ, that took me a while to take out. All right, so this is gonna snap right here. And no, we're not breaking the bead. This is just the way that happens.
Yeah.
Because we saw that on like a last video too. They were like,
So to iterate on that, what happens is when you hear the stretching of the tire, people confuse it for the ripping of the bead. It's really not. What's happening is because the tire wall is so stiff and the circumference is really tiny, it causes a lot of pressure, sometimes up to 1,200 pounds.
Ooh, don't put your finger in there.
Yep.
What's next?
Next, we put our little valve stem in, check pressure, and we get straight to balancing.
So the valve stems actually make a difference on the balancing part? It does, yeah?
What do you mean?
Like if you take it off, I mean, sorry, not valve stem, the valve caps.
The valve cap can change the weight just a little bit. Usually they're about 5 grams.
Especially if you put those dice ones, the really heavy ones. You guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah, you should always balance with the cap. And if your guy doesn't do that, you probably should tell them, okay? And then also, just make sure that you clean up the wheel. Usually when Eric comes, I'm already cleaning the inside of the wheel, nice and ready for the new weights. And then also we tape the weights because this is going to be going to the track. So yeah, I know, shocking, my car's going to the track, but it actually goes more often than I post, but we don't post every single time we go. So yeah, if you guys want this service, it's usually about, how much do you charge for this service? Like 15s?
Well, it's really going to come down to where you live.
True.
The vehicle, they're 15s.
Yeah.
I'm out of HB. If you're out of HB, you're looking at about 140 starting.
Bro, 140 to come to your house?
You don't have to haul your wheels around.
That's crazy.
And you're going to get service where you know when it's done, you're not going to get them damaged.
Yeah, 140 bucks for them to come to your house, do all this. That's crazy. Is that including pulling it off the car?
That's pulling it off the car. That's full. Don't
Dude,
have to touch it. You guys enjoy your afternoon with your family.
That's dumb. How do you make money doing that? That's the answer right there. All right, so you got to get your proper, whatever, what is that called? Cone. All right.
Now, another question I get a lot is, he's dragging it on that thing. Just be very careful. Your installer should always take good care of the wheels, especially when you see something like this. If they're not, don't recommend that place instead and avoid it as much as possible.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been at installers where they take off the weights and the adhesive's still there.
Yep.
I'm sure you guys have too, or they don't clean it. So, just saying, this is very OCD and this takes time, but it's worth it if you like nice things, and I like nice things. What do you guys think? This is gonna be pretty close. How good is it? Oh, it's not bad. Was that an ounce and a half ounce?
Ounce and a half ounce, and you know what? Out of all of them, this was the worst one. Everybody else was balancing at about half ounce.
Ooh, crazy. And one time, or at least twice, it balanced out perfectly. Like we didn't have to put weights, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So yeah, there's a laser in here. By the way, I'm not sure you guys could see that. There's a laser that tells Eric where to put the weights.
Weight center.
Y'all. And I know someone complained about, oh my gosh, why are you putting silver weights on white wheels? Well, because the most common weights available in the market, what, silver and black?
Silver, yeah. But here's another thing too. A lot of guys don't use the coated ones. A lot of guys will use non-coated zinc.
Yeah.
And this will cause rust over time. So this is also rust proof.
Well, that'll last like maybe a month on my car anyway, so.
We'll be back again in a month.
So I was like, why don't you have white wheels? I don't care. Silver is good enough, and who's actually staring at weights? You know what I'm saying? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Nice and straight. Biggest pet peeve is when weights are installed wonky and sideways. I don't know why. Maybe because I used to work at Costco Tire Center, but I hate that.
Pet peeve is when weights are stacked.
Oh, yeah. You stack weights on top of each other. That's pretty ghetto.
That's a sign of non-professionalism.
It's funny.
All right, so let's give her a balance.
What kind of balance is this again?
This is called a dynamic balance. So
dynamic balance.
Make sure that you not only get the up and down on the counterweight, but
yeah,
you also get it kind of to the side.
Why don't you have a road force machine in here? Does that make a difference?
Some people do say yes, some people do say no. A lot of people, I can tell you, come to me to rebalance all their wheels because they know the quality of balance they're going to be getting. And this is for all my racing high-end applications, from your Rolls Royce to your GTRs to your McLarens and Lambos.
Yeah.
Even Bugattis, we balanced them on this and we have had no complaints.
Yeah, man, I taken this in the track multiple times, no issues. How's it?
0-0, buddy.
0? Nice. And that actually, the balancing, ease of balancing has something to do with the quality of your wheel and the tire. mind you, when we did the AZ1, we had those Shibata tires. Dude, they balance like crap, didn't they? And they're not that great. I'm not gonna toot my own horn here, but Toyo tires are made in a way that everything is automated. Some companies will actually hand lay things, or they use like a machine to manually lay the belts. But the Toyos they have this process called Atom, and everything is perfect, and yeah, it's all machine done. So they just balance good, especially the truck tires. Wow, sounds like an ad, but it really. I visited the factory and I was like, I'm blown how it's made. But anyways, we got, what is that? Like a
This is
HVAC tape?
Yep, this is an aluminum heat tape that we put on race wheels.
Yeah.
And that keeps from the brakes when they heat up. They don't overheat the weights and cause them to fall off or get jammed in between components.
Yeah.
You would definitely don't want to be going 100 miles. Have one of these weights get in between your lower control arm.
Yeah.
And then
or like brakes, calipers.
Because they can eat it up super fast.
Yeah, so this is a common practice for track tires on cars and motorcycles. I mean, even more so on our motorcycles. We just use tape to cover the weights, because it might sound stupid until you see a missing weight after like a track day or a canyon drive, and you're like, wait, what happened to my weights? Because
and the destruction it can do.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes tire installers don't degrease the surface good enough, and just those sticky thingies don't last, and they just pop off. Especially when it's like 150 degrees or whatever. You'd be surprised how hot wheels get when your brakes are on fire at the canyons or the track. So there you go. That's pretty much it. We're done with this. I know I just installed tires on this set like a month ago, but I think we're good. We're testing a new set. This is the R. I had the RR previously, which is the older tire.